gentlemen, thank you very much. I am what I am, and I'm going to be the very best of what I am. And for those who don't like me confidentially, I don't give a damn. I'd like to thank you for letting me be myself.
Back to episode 3, Warm the Crib podcast. I'm Rahmonn.
I'm Darien.
I got my shit right this week.
Hey, my man did it. I almost failed.
Nah, we take turns. That's all.
Facts.
That's all. Let's see what we got here in the good old notes. So Darien, I know all the fans are curious to know how you made out on your self-care journey last week.
It was actually pretty decent.
Okay.
Me and my wife actually went walking like about 3, maybe 4 times.
Okay.
Throughout the week. And then I tried the meditation.
Okay.
Keep it being with you. Fuck it. I'm sorry.
Don't give up yet.
I wasn't supposed to fall asleep, nigga. I was knocked the fuck out. I was like, all right, everybody going. Let me just chill for a minute. It was
Was you laying down?
No, I was sitting down. I wasn't laying down. I was sitting down. And then I woke up. That was it.
Did you feel better?
I did kind of feel a little better. But I told my wife about it. I was like, yeah, man, I tried the meditation shit. I can't do it. I passed smooth out. I wasn't even supposed to. She was like, nigga, are you okay? She was thinking like, nigga, I hope your dumb ass didn't hold your breath till you passed out. I was like, no, that's not what I meant. But nah, it was still good though. But
that's what's up. Because we called you early in the week to remind you.
And I wasn't, nigga. At first, I wasn't, nigga. I my ass was laying down. You called me when I just laid down, pulled the cover up on me.
My bad.
I just got comfy. But nah, yeah. But yeah, other than that, I ended up because that's what made me be like, you know what? Let me do this shit because accountability.
Yeah.
I said I was gonna do it, so let me do it.
And because I knew we were holding you accountable, I actually made sure I did my shit this week.
Yeah. I told Zach call me, but he didn't.
Zach was worried about his math homework.
Yeah, he said you ain't help. He said you ain't help me with the math homework, so I ain't
help with your self care. It's self care.
Exactly.
Take care of yourself. I tried to stay on my shit, so I've been doing yoga and Pilates, and today's usually where I fall off is on the days off because there's no drive to necessarily get up early.
Yeah.
Today I got up early and then I tried to do it with my girl has the resistance bands and I did a Pilates exercise with the resistance bands. And the whole time I'm nervous. I'm like, this shit gonna snap and hit me in the face.
Yo, that's the scariest thing about resistance bands because my wife has some and I used to I used to step on them and like that. Yeah, I let go of the jaw. That shit smacked my foot. I was salty.
Yeah, them shits hurt.
Yeah.
But I think out of 5 days, 7 days since we last saw each other, I worked out 6 days, so
hey, that's good shit.
And this morning,
that just made me realize I'm fucking up.
It takes time to get into the rhythm. And this morning, I sat down. Usually Friday morning or Saturday morning, I do bills, and that's depressing as shit. And then I did my taxes.
God damn, man.
And I was like, I don't want to do anything. Just sit in the corner and watch TV. And I was like, nope, not doing it. And I felt better. Yeah. And the bills and the finances are still the same as they were before, but I just don't feel desolate and lost about it. Like I'm like, all right, I got a plan. This is gonna happen in this month, and this will happen in this month, and I'll be straight. So it's whatever.
Yeah.
You doing good over there, man, behind the cam? Doing good. Zachariah Films in the building.
How many days you work out this week, my guy?
You know what? I was in lockdown at the gym.
You was in lockdown.
At the Planet Fitness in Newcastle. Something happened.
You was in lockdown at the gym?
Yeah, Planet Fitness in Newcastle.
You had the strap?
No.
It's like, nah, I'm joking. You ain't got no strap.
Come on.
I was about to say, we can see how often Zach worked out. Let me just scroll through my friends. Somehow you're not my friends list anymore. He removed me, so I can't check.
I don't know. You added me.
He said this motherfucker ain't keeping up.
I went to the gym. Me and my friend finished our workout. I'm like,
add.
Let's go.
Yeah.
But then we see up front, there's like nobody can leave. Then I see a bunch of police cars all the way out there in the distance in the parking lot. They ain't gonna let us know what the hell happened. They have the lights on. Police cars looking like this with binoculars, looking around the gym.
With binoculars?
Yeah.
Looking inside the gym?
Looking around it. Like in the parking lot, it's in Newcastle. Planet Fitness in Newcastle, and then IHOP.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Y'all heard that? That means we friends, so I can hold him accountable too.
It's like, bang.
But then it's like they wouldn't let us go. It's like, damn, we gotta leave. I said, I don't know. We logged out of the gym. I had work the next day though too. It was like going on 11 hours. Like I mean, not 11 hours.
So did you work out?
I worked out. I finished the workout.
Oh,
But then I was like,
that's all we wanted to know.
That is what started off.
locked down.
But y'all got locked down, so you had to stay in the gym.
So did you work out some more? You were there.
Some
I
shit was
tried to
going
do
on.
pull-ups, but then I'm like, damn, I go ahead and pull up. I said, yo, record me doing pull-ups. I said, nah, delete that shit.
Which one of your friends has this video?
It is deleted, so you can't find
Nah, I ain't delete that. Was it on your phone?
Is it an iPhone?
It was on your phone.
Oh, it was on his phone. It's deleted for
So
sure.
yeah, it's deleted.
It's deleted out of your deleted too.
Don't worry about it.
Is it deleted out of? He probably messaged it to himself because I would have.
Message to itself, 'cause I got all eyes and all ears.
I ain't.
Oh, okay, because I would have did that anyway.
But I'm talking about, they wouldn't let us leave. They had police escort us. He's like, one by one, whoever's car's near the light pole, near the front, can go. I was second in line. I was like, damn, I got a police escort.
So did they find the bricks in your trunk or no?
Nah, he said, pull out quick. He said, get in your car and go. Get out of here. I was like, okay. I know somebody got smoked in the parking lot, but I was like, damn, that'd be tough though, wouldn't it?
Damn, that's close to work.
It was right there, right
I know.
That shit locked down from the front of the ice house parking lot to like, they had to move the car for you to get out. So it was like locked down.
Damn.
I don't know what it was. They didn't let us know.
Of course
Could have
not.
been a bomb threat.
I know you didn't watch it yet, and I won't get deep into it, but the Kanye doc is actually, regardless of what you think about Kanye, right?
Yeah, I don't
Because
know.
I tend to believe geniuses, if you watch some of our musical geniuses in particular, like Michael Jackson, Prince, Kanye.
They always pulled the crazy ass.
It's always something weird. And I be saying to myself musically, like, what part of myself do I have to let go to tap into that level of genius?
Mm-hmm.
And am I willing to? And you know my thoughts be crazy sometimes as it is. So anyway, but one of the things I wrote down, I said, and it was kind of how I got the topic for this week. There's immense power in believing in yourself.
Mm-hmm.
Because when you watch it, somebody had the wherewithal to start filming him 20 years ago. And there's all this footage for 20 years ago that he said, this guy's special. I'm going to document everything that happens. And he's been documented for 20 years.
Oh, shit.
And nobody's ever seen this footage before.
Yeah.
So like the fact that they kept it under wraps all this time and the guy had the sense to say, this is special, I need to capture it, was dope. And you see him saying, like I used to say he was so inconsistent, but seeing him back 20 years ago saying stuff that he's saying now, I see a little bit more of the consistency. There was a heartwarming moment when he's talking to his mom and, rest in peace, Miss Donda. And you just see how much power she puts in her son to help him believe in himself. Yeah. And I think about when we were talking about our kids a couple weeks ago and, the value that adds for them. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I was thinking about our own personal journeys and like wondering what are some of your like goals and like how much do you believe in it and what people support you, and I just wanted to kind of dive into that a little bit. I thought it was a good conversation to have.
Right.
So because we've had many conversations and I don't know what your ultimate goals are.
Nigga, my ultimate goal is just to be financially stable, my guy.
Okay.
But nah, for I literally just want the best for my wife and kids, because especially my wife, she been like my rock throughout our entire relationship, and I did a lot of shit that I definitely shouldn't have did, and probably she should have left me for. But she still stayed behind my back, and she still made sure that I understood that I was loved. So like, that's like I literally just want to give her a nice ass house in a good area, like her to not have any worries anymore, like no stresses, like because she has a very big heart. Like her heart is humongous, and it gets taken advantage of a lot, and like I just want the best for her. So like that's why like being financially stable is something that is very big to me. Because growing up, like shit was hard. Like at times I didn't know if I was going to eat and all types of stuff like that. Like
or your parents deciding which bill they're going to pay.
Yeah,
and then evolving to doing that.
Exactly. And like that's basically how my mentality has been. That's why I literally like my number one goal. Like I don't even care like no matter what I be to get to that point.
Okay.
As long as we're financially stable and don't have to worry about any of the small stuff and can just enjoy our lives together, I'll be fucking ecstatic.
Do you want to get at it a certain way though?
What you mean?
Like, for me,
yeah.
Like, do I need to be Puff or Dr. Dre? Would it be nice? Sure. Do I need it? No. Like if I could make my living comfortably using all my skills in audio engineering and production, that's like my end game, right?
Yeah.
To do it, be working for myself in the service of my clients, 100%. And that's kind of how I want to do it. But is there something that you've always wanted to do?
One main thing that I did want to do is carpentry.
Okay.
Yeah, because I actually do like carpentry and I like building stuff, and that's something that I was going to school for a while, and I'm basically still trying to get back into doing it because since the pandemic and all that shit, I just focused on making money. Like
Right.
I have to make money right now and make sure everything's paid so everything be good. But I do want to get back into studying that and trying to get into that field because eventually I just want to build our dream house.
Okay.
Like that's my end goal. Like for me to be able to build our dream home and us to live in something that I crafted myself.
Do you know any carpenters that you could be like do apprentice work with? Like,
Nah, that's the thing. I don't know nobody in the field at all. It's
Shit.
just something that I actually looked into that
What
I
did I
actually
just mean?
like.
the new guy at work, that's what he's going to trade school for carpentry. And I think that's dope to see that. I think in the 90s you had all these movies that made fun of blue collar workers, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so when that next generation grew up, they wanted to do anything but be a skilled craftsman.
Yeah.
But we need that, right? So when all the plumbers and electricians and carpenters and cabinet makers retire, there's not a whole pool of people who have that level of experience and craftsmanship and ability to make these beautiful things and necessary things like, structures, et cetera, et cetera. So I love it. It's like you're the second person that I heard say they want to go into carpentry like this week. And I was like, that is so fucking dope because there's not a lot of people that are willing to do that.
Yeah.
I think you got to find somebody who does
Who
it
does it and
just say volunteer your time like once a week. Like,
it's-
hey, can I come by on a weekend and
when I
watch
was
it?
younger, there was it was one of our landlords. He basically needed help like building the deck on somebody's crib, and I helped him with it, and that's when I liked it.
Okay.
Because it was basically like above their garage, so he was removing the roof and turning the top of the garage into a deck,
Oh shit.
and I was helping him with that, and I got like 75% of the way through it before I ended up moving and all of that, so I didn't get to see what the final
Finish.
outcome was. But
Google Earth. Google
but see, I
Earth.
don't even know where it's at.
Oh, okay.
I was a young boy. I was
Okay.
like 15, 14, 15.
Okay.
Probably a little younger, like 13. But yeah. That was the first time I ever did anything like that, and like it was hard ass work. But at the end
Right.
of it, I liked it.
I could see you being good at because just working with you and just seeing how you would see stuff, visualize stuff, and then put it together. I could see you being really talented at that.
Yeah.
It's like now it's like in the back of my head, I'm like, all right, I got a new mission. I gotta hopefully at work I bump into a carpenter that I could put you in touch with.
Facts.
Do you ever feel like there's been anything that's like stopped you or like something that holds you back? It's like when we started with this, I talked about I'm sorry.
Myself.
Isn't that crazy?
Yeah.
I always thought, and as I've gotten older, I don't think anyone ever physically said to me, you shouldn't pursue a music career. Because I knew I wanted to do this from high school. I DJ'd in high school. You know, I used to listen to music and listen like, oh, that sampled this, and I like the way they did that. And I remember, you know, when you're a kid, your music's censored, at least it should be, depending on your parents. And so the rap music I was exposed to is Will Smith. And, you know, he was real clean cut. Then I go to high school and I meet some other dudes. And I remember I was exposed to Naughty by Nature, which was cool because I lived in Newark and then eventually lived in East Orange. And that was the first time I heard drug dealer bars. And I was that was
Fell
my
in love.
favorite bar. Like, you know, every time I send you something, it's some grimy, like that boom bap, like that is my favorite. And I love all kinds of like hip hop, but like that's my core shit. And I knew I wanted to be a part of creating it. Like when you listen to the work that KG is the producer for Naughty by Nature, the shit he did. And I was like, I wanted to do that. And then Eric Sermon from EPMD, just the way he put together tracks is like, I knew I wanted to do this. But you know, you and I don't fault anybody in my family, any elders that maybe persuaded me against it, because I understand, and you know this, when you're a parent, you just want to see the best, right? You want to, you hope that they miss your struggles and they avoid your struggles and they do better.
Yep.
So I'm sure that was the primary reason. So they're like, you got to do something to make money. And I was always taking shit apart and putting it back together. So everybody's like, you're going to be an engineer. And that's what they put in my head. You're going to be an engineer. I went to an engineering college the first time. And so now as an adult, there have been times where I doubt myself or doubt my ability to get to the level that I aspire to get to. And I know part of it's that self-talk, right? Because no matter whether you disagree with a parent, you still want to respect them and honor them and not disappoint them, dead or alive.
No matter what, yeah.
And then I have to talk myself out of it. Like, that's what you thought. And for anybody, not just a parent, for anybody who says, you're not going to do well at this or you should try something else. That's your thought. That's not my belief.
Yeah.
And so I really have to seek out the people that like really believe in me. And I don't mean like yes me to death.
That's even worse. Like yesing you to death, like that's worse than you telling me I ain't gonna make it at what I want to do. Cause now you're just trying to abide by anything when in reality it's specific things that I need to help me get to the next level. You're just trying to give me anything and that's not what I need.
That's not helping me.
Yeah.
I remember my boy Jay. Jay is the dude when you first meet him. This kid's like a brother to me. When you first meet him, when you want to punch him in the fucking face. He used to work at one of the stores I worked at for AT&T. And he would just always argue with you about shit. And like I said, you want to punch him in the face.
Yeah.
But anyway, flash forward, we after he left, we became tight. And one day, I was making something. I was like, yo, come over. I want you to hear something I made. And this was like early in the beginning. I had just migrated from just fucking around on the iPad to like actually buying some equipment and making shit. And he's like, oh, this is what I want you to do with that. I was like, what's up? He's like, click on the file and drag it across the screen to the right and then drag it down and put it in the trash can.
That's fucked up.
Yo,
My man's crushed your spirits quick.
It did. I'm about to sell all this shit on eBay. I'm gonna start crocheting or something
Like, yo,
again.
you thought, and I know at the moment you probably thinking like, yo, he gonna say some deep shit like, yo, bro, you need to make sure you do this.
Yeah.
And like, nah, throw that shit away. Like, that's salty.
But it drove me. So every time I made something, I would send it to him like, yo, he ain't gonna have shit to say about this. He ain't gonna have shit to say about this. And I liked it because I did have people that would say, oh, that's cool, but never gave you any really feedback. So you have no way of improving.
Yeah.
But he believes in me. And at first people would say, how are you friends? How do you work together? Because that's the motherfucker that's going to tell me the truth. That's the person that's going to feed my soul to help me get to where I want to go. He wants to see me get there too.
Yeah, and that's all you need to surround yourself with. It's people who's really want to see you get where you want to be. Like, granted, yeah, you have some friends, but not everybody's there to see you get to the next level. Some of them are just there for a moment. Some of them are there for a lifetime. Some of them are there through the struggles. Like, it all depends on the type of person that they are, and the ones that you want to keep around you are the ones that's like, don't lie to me.
Right.
Like, tell me the truth. Like, all right, this sucks. You need to do it over. Cool, I'll do it. No problem. That's why I love my wife, because she tells me.
I'm about to say, I imagine your wife would be that person.
She is. She's that person for me. Because, like, no matter what, like, because me being the youngest, I was handed some stuff, but then again, I really wasn't handed anything, because by the time it was time for me to grow up, everything was gone, and
Right.
It was the struggle time. Like, like, that's when shit got real. But like, yeah, damn, I just did you. I forgot my train of thought. I forget where I was going with it. Damn.
We were talking. You were saying you were the youngest, and you said that's why I love my wife.
Oh yeah, because she's what pushes me. Like it's been times like when we used to be at work when everybody left, and you know I was closing a lot. Nigga, I'd be ready to cuss some people out. Right. Like, I was like really like, and I would call her, I'd be like, yo, I'm about to snap out. This person just did this, that, and she'd be like, so if you do that, what's that gonna help? Fuck. I'm like, you right. Damn. That's not the point. I just wanted to talk the shit. Like,
yeah, I just need to get it out.
Just let me talk my shit. But she always at the end, she'll let me talk my shit, and then at the end she'll be like, all right, now you go back to work and you finish what you gotta do, and then come home. I was like, all right, just call it a day.
Wow.
Because that's something that I needed, because I have the mentality when I get angry, it's hard to calm me down about specific things. So if like I feel like somebody's coming at my character or saying like I don't know what I'm doing, it'll bother me. But then she always let me know, like, don't let it bother you. Like, it's going to be people who's going to down talker who's going to basically make you feel like you aren't nothing, when in reality you're the best thing in the world. Like you
Right.
just have to feel it in yourself, and that's something that I love because she keeps it real with me. And then if I'm doing some dumb shit, she be like, "Babe, why the fuck you do that? Don't do that." Like,
Right.
she'll tell me, "Quit. You can go ahead and take that shit somewhere else. Like, don't do that shit right now. You can go ahead and take that somewhere else." And that shit helps me because it's something I need. Like I need somebody to push me because that's the only person who I really feel like throughout my life is I can really say pushed me. Like,
Right.
Like, yeah, she helps me do things that I even told myself that I wasn't going to be able to do, and I've accomplished it because she gave me the confidence.
That's what's up.
Yeah.
It's crazy too, because I remember working, you'd have people that work for you and they go to school. And I'd be like, damn, I'm impressed the fact that you can work full time, do well, and go to school. And I would say, I could never do that. I'm impressed by you. I could never do that. And I could never do that myself for probably 20 years before I finally said, you know what, I see other people working full time and going to school and they're figuring it out.
Mm-hmm.
I say, I want this shit. I need to make the sacrifice and figure it out. And that's what I did. But it's crazy, like how much your brain, and it kind of ties back into last week, like that self-care and that mental health is all good and important to help you kind of get to those goals. Because otherwise, jumbled, like I said, I was doing bills this morning. I was like, why am I trying so hard? So everything costs so much money. Fuck it, sell this shit and this just be the her office. You know what I mean? I was like, you're talking ridiculous. I know I could do it. I know I have the ability to do it. I'm going to do it. I just have to remind myself. That goes back to those affirmations.
Yeah, and those are the times when you got to do it the most, when you feel like you're ready to give up on it.
Yeah.
Because if you just dwell into that moment, like we talked about, like we're dwellers. Like if we just dwell into it, it's not going to help nothing. It's not going to get better. You're just going to feel even worse about it because you're letting it get even worse instead of trying to build yourself up and push forward with it.
And I know this is the right thing. Like, there's been so many other things. Like, I like learning shit, right? So I'll learn something like, oh, I want to do that. I want to do that. And I might do it for a time. And then I get disinterested or I move on to something else. This is the only thing that I've always stuck with or come back to. Like, even if I leave it, it's never a long period of time. Like, I'm passionate about it. And I'm going to hit every one of my check marks.
Right.
That's why I don't do New Year's resolutions. I set goals for myself.
Yeah.
I say, this is what I want to accomplish this year. And it's funny. I used to, again, another one of those things I used to make fun of people. You ever see the vision boards?
Yeah.
I used to make fun of people. And I had one. It's just when we moved here, it was the spacing didn't work for it.
Said, fuck it.
But I had one and I put on it everything I wanted to. I had a picture of my degree on it. I had the car that I drive now. I had a picture of that on it. And some of it was just random, like this is just some things that I want and just a bunch of different shit. And when I was moving and taking the bulletin board off the wall, I'm like, oh shit. Except for one thing, I got everything on here done. And so I stopped doing resolutions because people don't keep their resolutions, but goals and then actions to them. So I think Kanye's confidence, if you could bottle that shit and sell it, to believing in yourself and to believing in your dream and your goal, I think it's immense. Immense. Like my man, the Tinder Swindler.
That motherfucker, man.
You finally got to see it?
Yeah, I watched the Tinder Swindler twice.
You took notes too?
I seen it. I was like, man, I gotta see this shit again. This shit's crazy. That shit.
It's funny you said that because Susan was watching it the other night and I came home and I sat down like I ain't never seen it before.
Yeah, and it's crazy because starting off, I'm like, yo, these dumbass these motherfuckers stupid. And then you actually start hearing the stories and it's getting deeper. I'm like, yeah, that motherfucker probably believe that shit. Like, you had to believe that shit. And it was crazy to see him sending all the same shit to everybody. I'm like, yo, he just did that shit months in advance and he just goes through a list of
If you think about it, it was like a pyramid scheme. The new girl, the old girl paid for the new girl, and then that girl paid for the next girl, and so on and so forth. I wonder if he had a little stash tucked.
He had to have.
Like when he went to jail and came back out. I don't remember seeing anything about his finances.
Nah, yeah, they did. They basically saying on his Instagram now, he and first of all, I tried to search this nigga up on Instagram.
He's blocked on all social media, isn't he?
nigga, it's like 50 motherfuckers who created the same name and created a profile for this nigga, and they all say the official. I'm like, motherfucker, ain't none of you official.
The official underscore,
Like-
the official dot.
Like, I'm pretty sure the real person doesn't have official next to his name.
I thought I heard them say, I could be wrong, that he isn't allowed on social.
Nah, the nigga back on Tinder.
He's back on Tinder, but I don't think he was allowed a social account because of
Nah, he got Instagram because they was talking
shit.
about he got Israeli model girlfriend or whatever.
You're right. I do remember hearing that.
Yeah, like he out there. Y'all better be careful. Desperate is what desperate does. Don't do it, nigga. You see that jet, motherfucker?
I saw a meme. It said, it couldn't have been me because I'd be like, well, I wish you the best and good luck.
Facts. Yeah. Nah. Hell no. You know, most people nowadays, like, you know, where we come from,
Yeah.
they'd have been like, so what you gonna do about that? Like,
Yeah.
like they not giving you nothing. I'm not taking no loan out for you. The fuck? What that look like?
Talk about the Payday Loan store. You know, I had never knew there were Payday Loan stores until I moved to Delaware.
That tell you something.
I said going forward, the next time I move into a different area, I'm gonna survey the area, and if I see pawn shop, payday loan, title loan, payday loan, it's probably not the best economy.
Yeah, don't.
But it didn't dawn on me because, like I said, I was like, wait, is that a payday loan store? That's another
That's crazy.
crazy scandal.
Yeah, it's.
I've done it. I've been there. I had to take one.
Nigga, I done took a lot of loans, nigga.
But
I ain't
no,
take
a
lot of
payday
loans.
loan?
I took one, but not payday loan. Nah, what? I don't even trust that. That don't even sound right.
They make it sound great, like, Darien, we got you. We know you need to get, your muffler fixed in your car. We're gonna front you this $500, and we just gonna take, $20, $30 a week out your paycheck. And when you're done, you have paid us $5,200. No big deal, but we got you. So we'll have the $500 in your account tomorrow.
That's what. No, that yeah.
But I'm telling you, when it happened, I was at a point where this was the first point in my life where I thought that I was an emergency away from being homeless. Like, it was just a bad point in life. Nothing was panning out. Had made dumb decisions, and I was like, I'm an emergency, like a car breakdown, a doctor bill from being homeless. Like,
Yeah,
that's how crazy I thought it was. But
yeah.
never again.
Niggas came out that shit though.
Yeah.
I ain't going the fuck back. I
No.
am not going back.
It's funny. I tell people all the time, before I pay a credit card bill late, because I've had to fix my credit twice in life. And I blame a lot on just no education on what the right thing is to do.
That's why I teach my kids about credit. That shit helps.
I talked to mine when they were younger about it too. I was like, don't even co-sign for me if I ask you, But I'll go hungry before I pay a bill late. That's how important my credit profile is to me.
Yeah.
So
That shit. Nigga.
any final thoughts for you, sir?
Final thoughts. Work hard. Stay dedicated. And try to live life to the fullest.
All right. I'm gonna find you a carpenter, sir.
Find me a carpenter.
You know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna find a carpenter influencer. I'm gonna start there, and then I'm gonna dig down to our area. No, because one thing, if I reached all my dreams, right? Philanthropy, the way I would love to give back is to find other people that maybe don't have the ability to go conventional methods. Like, maybe you can't afford to go to school. Like, I always envision me having this after school program, and the person is talented and doesn't know how to, like, maybe get themselves out there. And so they're serious, and you have to apply not based on any financial need, but based on your passion and drive.
Yeah.
And the person that does it, we'd have a team of, producers, engineers, video people to help them come up and be the artists that they're passionate about being. I always say it, it's on my website, like, everybody has a story to tell and everybody deserves to have their story told in their unique way. And so that's how I would give back. But so when I hear somebody has a dream, I go all in, like, how can I help you figure it out? You know what I mean? Like, what can I do? And, like, I was rolling through my head, like, all right, that guy lives all the way in way North Jersey, so that's probably not the best. So what was that beep, sir? He said, don't worry about it.
It was the man behind the cam.
The man behind the
That's
cam.
what the beat was.
Welcome, purple overlay.
Facts.
But anyway, we're gonna figure that shit out. But I'm glad you started. You gonna stick with the self self-care shit?
Yeah, and I'm going to start working out too.
All
I
right.
just gotta get it together because me and my wife want to do it together. So
It's helpful when you do it together.
that's my motivation, man.
Wow.
She pushes me.
Yeah.
Pushes me.
Your wife is like a god. Like, I was reading, like, sorry, T. I'm lazy, so when I click her post and it says more, and then it scrolls down like 12 more times, I'm like, I'm not going to read that. But then today, for some reason, I was motivated to read it, and I read the whole thing. And it made me think, the next time I think about complaining about somebody, instead I'm going to think about how I can uplift the person, particularly a woman, as she described in the post. So
That's my fucking baby.
thank you for that.
She does that. Like, yo,
You need your own podcast.
she do. You
Like, you don't even need a co-host. You just
be
sit there
you.
and you be you.
just sit there and just speak what you write every day. Like,
For real.
that shit touches people. It touches people to the point where they copy and paste. Motherfucker, they don't share. They copy and paste. They want to get credit. But nah, that's facts though. She can motivate somebody, and that's all she want to do. That's why I love her, because she loves everybody and she wants the best for
Probably her
everybody.
gift. Like, you
That
can
is.
tell.
That really is. No, that's facts. That's really her gift. She be trying to fight it because people annoy her when they don't do the right thing or try to better themselves.
And I bet it's taxing, because if she's always
Invested in everybody, but you're
giving
not
withdrawals,
invested in
people
yourself.
taking withdrawals, but nobody's depositing. I mean, I'm sure
That
you
is true.
deposit back in,
Nah, yeah, I have to.
but if she's
First of all, that
always,
sound wrong saying
I
I have
know.
to. Like,
I know what you meant.
oh, she gonna force me to. No, like
you want to is what
yeah,
you
I
meant
want
to
to.
say.
Yeah,
But when you have everybody, when you're out there and your account's negative, so it becomes a delicate balance to be you and to live with your giving gift. Excuse me, live in your giving gift, but still you got to protect yourself. And
yeah. That's why I always remain and be her biggest fan. That way she knows, like, your corner's covered. Like, just focus on giving that love that you have to give to the world, so everybody can better themselves, and I'll be in your corner.
That's
Make
what's
sure
up.
you good.
Everybody, I heard a ding again.
It was a ding ding. Oh,
Oh, okay. You know, you can put your phone on silent.
my
Thank you guys for tuning in.
we appreciate all the support.
Appreciate all the love. You know where you can YouTube. We're gonna need to do cameraman in a second. YouTube,
Camera shake. Don't even grab it.
Spotify, Apple Music, all the big major.
Any and everything that you want to listen to us on, we are on.
And they can check us out.
At Warm the Crib on everything. Instagram, Facebook, Twitter. All of it. Snapchat? You said Snapchat.
Who still uses
Nigga, I
Snapchat?
ain't using Snapchat.
Rihanna told me not to use Snapchat like 3 years ago.
I don't want to use Snapchat.
Where's she at?
You might get something wrong to that Snapchat. I don't want that. I'm cool. Just get it.
Maybe it's an age thing.
It gotta be. But hold on, nigga. What you mean age thing? Because we at this.
You have Snapchat?
No, I don't got
Okay.
Snapchat.
Yeah, maybe it's Asian.
Yeah, because you young as hell. You said Jones on there be going wild. Nigga said,
I
nah.
wouldn't know.
Nigga said, no. I mean, but all right, yeah.
But
Anyway, till next week. Peace.